Welcome to the SJHL season previews on sjhl.ca and across the SJHL social media platforms. And over the course of the next couple of weeks, we will be previewing all 12 teams in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League ahead of the 2023-2024 SJHL regular season. And of course, all of our season previews and coaches' conversations this year are presented by Saskatchewan Construction Safety Association. And today we are pleased to be joined by the head coach and general manager of the Melville Millionaires, Doug Johnson. Doug, thanks so much for taking the time to join us today. We really appreciate it. How's it going?
It's not going too bad. Just trying to get everything settled, get the family moved into Melville finally, and looking forward to getting on the ice and starting this new chapter.
For sure. Well, first and foremost, welcome back to the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. For you personally, what does it mean to be back in the league where you spent so many years as a coach?
But it's nice to be back. I enjoyed my time in Manitoba, and it just wasn't something that was going to work for the family. And it's just nice to be coaching, whether it's Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Western League, whatever. Had a few other options, but Melville was the one that worked best for the family. And just looking forward to helping turn things around here and getting it back to where it needs to be.
For sure. Now, you were hired in June, and the last couple of months, I'm sure, have been a whirlwind. You mentioned you're just getting settled in Melville, but how has the last couple of months been for you to get settled into your new position?
It's been busy, but we've been able to take some time and have a family vacation, but it's been good. The board has been good to work with. They've given me all the resources that I need. We've hired a great assistant coach with Jordy Woodrick. I think he's going to be phenomenal. Going to really help out the forward group. And then just getting acclimated in the town. I unfortunately haven't been able to be here as long as would have liked. Would have liked to have gotten in early, but buying a house and moving, it takes some time. So just looking forward to making Melville home and being present and being part of it. But so far, so good right now.
For sure. Moving is definitely a process, to say the least. You mentioned Jordy, your new assistant coach. Maybe just tell us and SJHL fans a little bit about him.
Well, has a great playing resume. Second overall pick in the Western League, third rounder in the NHL to LA. Extensive playing career. And then lately he's just been working skills, being a skills coach, being a youth coach in Kelowna. And that's what really drew me to him, is just the skill development side. Being a forward, being a skill guy himself, it's kind of the exact opposite of me, and just really looking forward to it. We were really looking for somebody that complemented what I could bring. Think he's a perfect complement, and just a nice young guy too. A guy that you can sit around, have a beer with, talk a lot, talk hockey about, talk about anything with, and he's going to be a great communicator with our young guys.
That's awesome to hear. Well, you mentioned the off season this last couple of months when it comes to you personally and getting settled in Melville. But how was the off season, I guess, for you now taking over this Melville Millionaires Hockey Club for the roster and kind of shaping your roster for the 2023-2024 season?
But I'm taking a lot from what did last year in OCN. Last year in OCN took over in August and really stuck to what we had for the most part. And in Melville, we don't have near as much as what we had in OCN. We've been able to recruit some guys. We're really happy with the recruiting class. We've been able to add a few pieces, especially up front via trade. Got a big piece, we feel, in net in Will Dyke. So we're going to just let the returners come in and hopefully, just being that year older, they're going to take those steps. Hopefully with new systems and the new culture that we're going to bring, the new environment we're going to bring, we're going to see a lot of internal improvement from the returners. That's how we're going to go, and it's going to be an evaluation process. The goal is every day get a little better, and by the end of the year, we're going to be a hell of a lot better than we are right now. We know that. For sure.
What do you make of that returning group that you are inheriting for this year?
Well, up front, there isn't much. We have 3 guys returning. We've lost a few guys, but Tucker Bouhay, Caden Drury, Felix Boschman, we feel they can be, good, solid middle 6 to top 6 players within the league. and then we've surrounded him with some players that we've acquired with Flynn Maxey out of LaRange, Owen Morrison out of Cam River, Liam Cox Smith, out of Sherwood Park. Those are guys that we feel can really help the returners. And then the back end, we really like what we have returning with Colby Ball, Peyton Costician, Mr. Seamus, Boston Harkness. That's a solid group. You get 4 guys like that coming in, you got to be pretty happy. And then obviously Ethan Rao, I think, kind of got hung out to dry a little bit last year. Saw some video on him and really liked what we've seen. But we needed to insulate him. We needed to make sure that there's another security blanket there. So we brought in Will Dyke too, and really happy with how things are there, and just looking forward to getting to working with those guys. And they're going to be the culture changers. The old guys are going to be the culture changers. They've seen what it was like. Hopefully they appreciate what we're trying to do and be a big part of that change.
Right. It's early. Obviously, there's training camp, preseason, and even the first couple games of the regular season as an evaluation process. But for you right now, as you look at, on paper, the Melville Millionaires for the 2023-2024 season, where do you, as the head coach and GM, see the strength of this hockey club?
I think right now it's going to be a net. Our strength is going to be a net, just 2 guys that have experience. Obviously, we talked about up front. There's not a lot of returning guys coming up front, so we're going to have to do things a little different to score goals. On the back end, we like what we have coming back, but still, I believe the strength is going to be a net, and that's what it has to be. If you don't have a good goalie, you don't have a good team.
For sure. Stylistically, how do you want to see this Melville Millionaires play this year?
We want to be pricks to play against. We want to make sure that teams do not want to play against us. We're going to be hardworking. We're going to play fast. And we know we're not going to be the most skilled team. So we're going to have to adapt and make sure that we do things a little different than maybe what we'd like to do in the future, to make sure that the team has the most success and the players develop the best they can. So we're going to be a tough out. We're going to be a team that nobody wants to play. And you always have to focus on defense. Anybody that knows me knows that, our team's got to play defense, but it's an attacking defense. It's not going to be sit back and contain. It's going to be an attacking defense. And then the same's going to be said offensively. We want to attack. We want to create seams. We want to create lanes with our legs, and then make sure that the guys have the knowledge and the ability to attack once they create those seams.
For sure. Final question for you, Doug. Obviously, it's going to be your first year back in the SJHL, first year with the Melville Millionaires. You touched on it a little bit with your roster, but what kind of expectations do you have, I guess, for this group that you're taking over this year?
Well, right now it's just getting better every day. The expectation is be better than we were the last day. So if we continually grow, we continually get better. They put in the effort. They work hard. They're able to understand what we're telling them and implement that into the games. I think we're going to have a chance to surprise a lot of teams. But at the end of the day, it's just getting better. It's the taking care of the little details. We take care of the little details. The big picture will get a lot clearer.
For sure. Well, it's an exciting time in Melville with you coming back to the SJHL, and Mills fans have a lot to look forward to. Well, Doug, thanks so much for the time. Really appreciate it, and best of luck in the 2023-2024 SJHL season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.